A guten Erev Shabbos, everybody. Ephraim Schwartz calling you here from Eretz Yisrael, from Carmiel, from rainy Eretz Yisrael. Baruch Hashem, there's so much water, rain is coming down. We have bracha and we have gishmei parnasa, Eretz Hashem as well. Roiv HaGeshamim come before Tu Bishvat this week, we're told. So I guess Hashem is packing in that majority this rainy weekend here in the Holy Land. But before we begin, I want to say that this week's YouTube Parsha video is doubly sponsored. First of all, it is sponsored Li'ilui Nishmas Yonasan Simcha ben Daniel, a beautiful, beautiful young man that was taken way too early from us, from our friends, and his neshama should have an aliyah. He was certainly one of my biggest fans of our weekly email, and he's in charge in Shemayim now, spreading my Torah and handing out my emails over there, I guess, as well. It's also dedicated this week by my parents, my mother, in memory of my great-grandfather, Olav Shalom, and my namesake, Rabbi Ephraim ben Gedaliahu Ebert. And my wife, Eliza, was cleaning up this morning, and she found a picture of him, or she's not this morning actually, but here's a picture of him. Do we look the same? There we go. I don't know who that picture is, Mom. Can you tell me who that is on the bottom there? I'm not sure. But anyways, that is my namesake, Ephraim. And also, I guess he likes to take pictures next to Svarim as well. Isn't that so cool? But anyways, so his yard site was yesterday, and his neshama should have an aliyah as well. And we come to Parsha's Beshalach, we come to Shabbos Shira, and Shabbos Shira is an amazing, amazing Parsha, a Shabbos full of song. And I really want to start with just a question. You know, sometimes you see a movie, Lahabdil, where it just goes on, and then you think this is it, what happened, and then boom, there's another thing that happens, and then there's something happens, and there's another thing that happens, and then it just keeps going and going, and there's another story, and another story, and another story, and you're like, okay, we got the point already, you know, that like cool, amazing things and buildings are going to blow up and this and that again and again and again. Hashem doesn't work that way. But yet you kind of feel like you're on that crescendo, you know, Dam, Tzvardei, Akinim, Arav, and we're talking, and fine, it's great because it's Yitzias Mitzrayim, it's leaving Mitzrayim, it's important, and we have the going out of Egypt. But then there's something else, you know, we did all of that already. We left Mitzrayim. You know, Hashem says, I got one more thing in my hat, because I'm going to show you that, like, the next thing is I'm going to bring them all out, we're going to drown them all in the Yam Suf, we're going to split the sea, and this and that. It's cool, don't get me wrong, I like it, it's Geshmak. But do we really need it? Was it really necessary? I mean, Hashem doesn't just do, like, extra things. There's got to be some type of message that we didn't get in Mitzrayim, we didn't get with the 10 Makos, we didn't get in Makas Bechoros, that has to happen by Yam Suf. And the proof of that is that on Pesach we have two holidays. We have the first day, and then we have the seventh day of Pesach. Right? It's like, again, oh, hello, it's still Pesach, and now we're going to, you know, once again, Shabbos, Yom Tovim outfits, and Suda, and Yom Tov davening. What is the seventh day of Pesach? What is Kriyas Yam Suf all about? What is its message? Another question, I think that can lead us to the idea that I saw this year, which is really incredible, is it says the Bnei Yisrael come to the Yam Suf, Rav Yiduf Mitzrayim chase after them, Kol Sus Rechav Par Parsha V'Chel Yam Piacharos, they're all coming and running, right? Vayitzu Bnei Yisrael opens up their eyes, V'hine Mitzrayim Noisei Achreim, and Egypt is coming after them, Vayiru Ma'od, and they are very scared, Vayitzaku El Hashem, and they cry out to Hashem. Okay, so question. You've got Superman on your side, you know, and he's wiping out any enemy that you ever had. You saw incredible miracles and this and that, whatever it is. You got a Kadosh Baruch Hu. You know, and now all of Mitzrayim comes pounding out. And Hashem actually told the Bnei Yisrael, he told Moshe, guess what? I'm going to send them on after you, and you're going to see great things. You're going to see amazing things. Why are they scared? What are you nervous about? I mean, we have a secret weapon. It's, you know, like Israel says, you know, Iran can do whatever they want. We can take you out. We've got, you know, surprises for you that you don't even know about. And, you know, it's just fear factor. We have a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Why are they scared? Vayiru'am. Or why are they and they're crying out to Hashem? Also strange. Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael Hashem. And then Hashem, what does Hashem say? Rashi says here that tafsu umnos avos. They took out the umnos of their fathers, the schus avos, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and they start recalling their merits. What does Hashem say? Hashem says that we shouldn't be screaming, right? Hashem ilchem lachem v'atem tacharishun. This is not a time to call out. And Hashem, why are they calling out? Dabrel b'nei Yisrael v'Yisrael. Are we supposed to cry? Are we not supposed to cry? On the other hand, interestingly enough, right, it does seem that we were supposed to cry. There's a beautiful medrash that I just saw in Shira that Rashi brings in Shira. It says, Yonasi b'chag ve'asela. My dove is trapped in the rocks. And he brings a mushal, the medrash says about how this falcon is chasing after this dove, and the dove goes and he hides in the rock, and then there's a snake, and he has nowhere to go, right? And what's he going to do? If he goes out, there's a falcon that's going to eat it. If it goes in, the snake's going to get it. So what it says here, Hashmieni es koilech, let me hear your voice. Hashem says, I want to see who you're going to cry out to, little dove. And we cry out to Hashem. He says, and then Hashem saves us. He goes, that was what happened by Kriyas Yamsuf. But again, what's going on? Are we supposed to scream? Are we not supposed to scream? Why are we scared? So I think Rashi stands on why we are scared, and the Yismach Yisrael blows it out of the sky. Rashi says, why were they scared? Rashi says, Mitzrayim Neisachem. It doesn't say Paro, it says Egypt was traveling after them. Ra'u Sarai Shel Mitzrayim. They saw the heavenly angel of Mitzrayim. Neisea Min Hashamayim. Traveling from heaven. La'azar L'Mitzrayim. To help Mitzrayim. Right? Bnei Yisrael didn't see Mitzrayim. In fact, they probably couldn't even see it because you have the clouds of glory, blocking them. Right? They see the angel up in Shamayim coming down to team up with Mitzrayim. And that's what they get nervous about. Because, you know what? If it's a physical battle, us against Egypt, we're good. But you know what? We've got a lot of baggage here. And if the Malach is coming down, you know what the Malach is there for? To go be Mekatreg on us. To tell us that for 210 years, we didn't keep any mitzvahs. We didn't keep any Torah. We did terrible things in Mitzrayim. We were on the 49th level of impurity in Mitzrayim. And then we can't win, right? If it's a physical battle, Hashem's good. He showed us that. We have faith in Hashem. But the problem is that if it's going to be about that, if it's going to be on a spiritual battle against Egypt, halalu avdei v'zar, halalu avdei azar. We're in the same boat as the Egyptians. There's no reason why Hashem should save us. And that's what it was, spiritual insecurity that got them. What happens, right? They start to cry. And how do they cry? They say, you know what? We may not be able to do it, but they have the umnus avoisam. We have the merit of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We're the bnei Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and that's why we can be saved. And they start using that. But you know what Hashem tells them? He tells them something amazing. He goes, Tacharishun. This is not about you coming onto the avos, because you know what? You've got your own merits. I'm here for you. Not because of Avram, not because of Yitzchak, not because of Yaakov, not because I promised them, not because of the Bris Ben Absarim. I'm here because of you. You guys deserve to be saved. Each and every single one. A shivcha alayam. I'm going to perform miracles because I want you to know who you are. There's a great story about from the Belzer Rebbe once, that he was speaking to some students, and they told him they felt terrible, that virus and this and that, they were doing it, this and that, and this Talmidim, and he wanted to be mechazek them. So he said, you know what? He reaches into his pocket. I heard this from Eli Melech Biederman, and he pulls out $100 note. And he says, anybody want $100? And he waves the note up in the sky. Anyone want $100? And everybody, yeah. And then he says, okay, you know what? I'm sure they wanted the $100 because they knew that the Rebbe's $100 they could probably sell for a few $1,000s afterwards. But anyways, Jews are smart that way. Right? It's not the $100. But anyways, he takes the $100, and then he said, now if I took this $100 and I went ahead and I crumpled it up, anybody want $100? He goes, yeah. We'll take it. We'll take the $100 again. He goes, okay, now I'm going to take this journal, I'm going to stick it on the ground, and I'm going to step in it and smush on it in the mud and this and that. Anybody want the $100? And everybody goes, sure, we'll take it. Right? And the Rebbe goes, you know why? Because $100 is $100 is $100. It can get schmutzig because every yid is more than $100. And it doesn't make a difference how much schmutz you stick them in, how deep you dig them in, and how... That's what every yid is. That's the kedusha of every single yid that we have. And that's what this last day of Pesach is about. Meaning, until now, the first part, it's all about the avos and Yetzias Mitzrayim, and I promised the avos I'm going to take you out, and this and that. And that was good, and we saw that Hashem, and the evilness of the Mitzrayim and this and that. But you know what? We got that. But the seventh day of Pesach is a separate holiday. It's a holiday about each and every yid. It's a holiday that we have something on ourselves. You know what we sing afterwards? We sing Ozi v'zimras ya. And I saw a challenge from Rabbi Magali. Try to figure out what the word Ozi means. Right? Look in the Rashi and the Mepharshim. Everybody has a different shot. Uzi, my strength. according to some Mepharshim, is Vizimras Yaz, the song of Hashem. That we're saying it's the strength of Hashem. Rashi says, Uzi, that there's a place called Uz, Vayhili Lishua. And that was the merit that I have. Right? But you know what Uz is? Uz is chutzpah. I remember I saw this, my father sent me this joke. Or my mother sent me this joke. This old lady gets on the bus in Yerushalayim, and she's looking for money in her purse and this and that. And the bus driver says, she goes, I don't have the money. The bus driver says, oh, I'm sorry, I can't let you on. She goes, if you would know what I have right now, she goes, you would let me on. And the guy says, okay, you know what, just get on, sit down. And she's getting into the bus, and there's no seats over there, and nobody's standing up. And she turns to this lady that's sitting over there. She goes, can I sit down? He goes, it was a long bus ride, this and that. And she goes, if you know what I would have, you would let me sit down. She goes, sit down. And then later on, and this guy, he's playing music afterwards, and this and that. She's not comfortable because she goes, close the window. And she goes, no, it's dark, right? She goes, if you would know. He closes the window. Then somebody says to her, he goes, what can I hate to be rude, what or intrusive, what do you have? She goes, chutzpah. Chutzpah. You know what chutzpah is? Azi vizir masyav, that we realize that Hashem gave us this chutzpah. What are we chutzpah? Our chutzpah is that Hashem loves me. Hashem chose me. Hashem split the sea for me. We have Shvi Shel Pesach. We have that special Yom Tov. This is what the message of Shabbos Shira is. And that's why we sing. That's the song of Klal Yisrael. Every single Jew sings. It's a Shabbos that brings out the song of each Jew. It's also the Shabbos that always usually comes around Tu Bishvat, where we read Adam Eitz Hasada, where a man is like the fruit of the tree. The Sanzer Rav says that from Tu Bishvat this week, all the way till Matan Torah, till Shavuos, we have a Yom Tov we don't go 2 weeks without a Yom Tov, a special day. Right? We have Tu Bishvat this week, and then we have Rosh Chodesh Adar Aleph, and then we have 2 weeks later Purim Katan, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Rosh Chodesh Adar Beis, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Purim, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Rosh Chodesh Nisan, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Pesach, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Chodesh Iyar, and then 2 weeks after that we'll have Lag BaOmer, Pesach Sheni. Then 2 weeks after that, we'll have Rosh Chodesh Sivan, and then we will have Shavuos. So we are set with Yom Tovim, but you know what? Most of those Yom Tovim come from us. We're Mekadesh es HaChodesh. We brought Lag BaOmer. It all starts with Tu Bishvat. This is the beginning when we can go ahead and have the chutzpah to say, Azi v'zimras, we have the power. And Amir Tzah Hashem, with the Rov Geshamim that has come, the blessing that has come down to the world, we will see that strength of Hashem. We will celebrate Kriyas Yamsuf, and we will have Matan Torah, and we will see the Shechina once again reside in Eretz Yisrael. Have an amazing Shabbos. And remember, you can sponsor this every single week. We're looking forward to sponsors, so please message me if you've enjoyed it. You can sponsor my weekly email and subscribe to them at rabbischwartz@yahoo.com. A fruitful Tu Bishvat and a musical Shabbos Shira. Good Shabbos.